Hey there, it's Angela Hochman, your host on STL TV, where we invite you to experience St. Louis. Okay, to say I am giddy is an understatement. We have a very special guest in studio with me today. You know him as the man who puts DMC in RUN-D.M.C. I've got the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, Darryl McDaniels. Hi, Darryl.
How you doing?
I am awesome, but how are you? That's my big question. Yeah?
I'm good, yes. Very good.
Okay. There are 400 things I want to ask you. We don't have a ton of time.
Okay.
But
so ask $3.99.
let's go back to the beginning. You, sir, are kind of a legend.
I don't think I'm a legend.
I know you don't, but I think you are.
I think I'm a representative of a legendary people.
Ooh, I like that.
Yes.
How do you feel when people call you one of the pioneers of hip hop? I've heard that a lot.
What's the word? It's humbling, but it's inconceivable that we would be considered that. Because I think the real pioneers are the boys and girls in the Bronx who created the culture. Now, we're pioneer of the culture's music when it comes to the recording entertainment industry.
Yes. It's like nobody was doing what you were doing.
We took it from the street and put it on TV.
Yeah. And
on MTV, first to be on MTV, for people to go, wow, what's this? This is so cool.
Yes. It's at the time, it's like nobody is doing this. And to see, before it was all about, I feel, the DJs, but to bring in the MCs and to see this amazing collaboration, and it's just like all heads exploded.
And the utilization of all forms of music.
Right.
Because we say music is a universal language. So when we created hip hop in New York City, we were using sounds and music and recordings familiar to black, white, Puerto Rican, African. We was using jazz, R&B. When disco got thrown away, remember, everyone's like, disco sucks. We said, no, another man's trash is another person's treasure. So we took the disco and we rapped over it. So it brought generations together.
Wow. How does that make you feel? I mean, you have inspired so many people, countless people in ways that you may never know.
Right.
Can I ask, Darryl, who inspired you?
Who inspired me growing up? When I was a little kid, all I cared about was comic books.
Yes.
So Stan Lee, rest in peace to Stan Lee, he inspired me because he created Captain America and Spider-Man and the Hulk and Dr. and the Fantastic Four. And what people don't know about superheroes, though, when they're not the superheroes, they're awkward, clumsy, and trying to figure life out like us.
They're human.
But inside of them is a superhero spirit. So it was superheroes, and for me, it was rock and roll. Because when I was little, my mother and father, they listened to Al Green, Marvin Gaye, Aretha Franklin. So as a little kid, I didn't have a music that I could consider my own. But when I saw and heard Bob Dylan, Neil Young, Joni Mitchell, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, you know, the Beatles, the Stones, Procol Harum, John Fogerty, Creedence Clearwater. It was crazy. These guys were rock stars, but they would make songs about the social issues, as did Marvin Gaye. He made Let's Get It On, James Brown. So they inspired me because I was like, wow, these guys are superstar, rock star, famous people, but they make music that relates to the everyday person. So hip hop gave me that opportunity to do what they was doing.
That's incredible. And I think you're so right. And what has brought you so much success, I feel, and made you so different in RUN-D.M.C. is you guys sung about actual real life issues, and but you kept everything real from your style, which I want to talk about.
We kept it fun and not we made it universally understandable, so that the black kid in the ghetto could relate to the rich kid in Beverly Hills. Remove all the titles and the names and the tags, and they were just people.
Right. People at the core.
We found a creative way to have people say, we are all the same, but we have different things we can do. Let's come together. You do what you do. You play the music, I'll rap to it.
Yeah.
Well, you play the music while you rap to it, and I'll record it. So you play the music, you rap to it, he'll record it, and I'll film it. And it was creativity and art. It was art, creativity, and information working to bring about a transformation to the population. I didn't even mean to make that rap there.
Okay, you're freestyling,
I'm
whether you know it or
freestyling
not.
right now.
You just can't help it.
Right, and that's what the music does.
And let's shift a bit from music, as much as I could talk to you about music all day, to books. You are an author, and you've got an adorable children's book called Daryl's Dream.
Right.
Why did you write this book, and what's it about for someone that's not read it?
It's me in the third grade,
cute.
basically getting teased, bullied, and picked on. Because all I want to do is say my poem, and the other kids say, oh, poetry's corny. And then I got contacts on, so I still need help seeing. When I was a kid, kids would tease me because I wore glasses. So the book is basically about two things. To let every child know this. You're perfect just the way you are, regardless what anybody says. And because you are you, even at this young stage, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, who you are now will be something that will empower you when you get older. For instance, I got hey, Four Eyes, hey, binoculars, because I wore glasses.
Sure.
Like, kids thought, other people thought something was wrong with me because I needed help to see. Not knowing that when the glasses go on, I got 20/20 vision like you. But remember, when I made my first records, I stood up in front of the world and I said, D's for doing it all of the time. M is for the rhymes that are mine. C's for cool as could be. And Run would ask me, why do you wear those glasses? And I would shout to the world, so I could see. And that was so powerful, embracing everything about me. It was so powerful. And I didn't do it to be fashionable. I didn't do it to be cool. I needed those glasses so I could see.
Right.
When I was enthusiastic about everything about me, that was so powerful. People that don't even need glasses want to wear them now. So I want to tell the children, don't be ashamed of your freckles, the color of your hair, where you come from, your height, your weight, because later on in life, the very thing people dislike you for is actually the thing that will empower you. Just look at DMC. Now the whole world, all of hip hop wants to wear glasses.
Yes, they do. You were a trendsetter, whether you had no intention of being, but you were. I mean, the glasses, the hat, the Adidas, which I'm really surprised you're not rocking Adidas kicks today.
I thought it was going to rain today, so I put on the boots today. But the whole book is everybody has a dream.
Yeah.
And I want kids to understand dreams do come true. Why? Because of you. Because we all have dreams. And another thing with the dream, this whole mental health issue has everybody paying attention, has everybody shaking. We are now paying attention to mental health in ways that we haven't before because people wouldn't talk about it.
It was so taboo for so long,
Yes,
and
that's what brings about the stigma. So the reason why I wrote the book is there's a lot of things that we go through adults that we need to address when we're younger. Our world is your work environment, your friends with you and your husband, your relatives, your household, where you work at. The same thing that we go through as adults is happening to the kids right now. But their environment is their households, their backyards, their blocks, their streets, their classrooms, and their schoolyard. What anxiety, confusion, unsurety, all of those things that we experience as adults, we go through as little. So I put this book in there to show the kids not the greatness in me, to show they can see themselves and say, yeah, that happened to me. Yeah, I get scared before the first day of school. And I go tell the kids, hip-hop's been around for 50 years. I've been around for 40 of them, and I still get scared when I go on stage. So I want kids to understand emotions is, oh, I'm scared, I'm nervous. Everybody gets scared and nervous. So don't never let nobody tell you because you are a certain way, there's certain things that you go to that you're not worth anything because you are worth everything. Matter of fact, you're invaluable to this world. So that's what Daryl's Dream is about.
I feel like that book maybe is intended for children, but absolutely adults.
Every adult, hold up, every adult that reads the book with their kids or picks it up and starts reading, looks at me and says, Daryl, I'm reading this book every day for the rest of my life before I leave the house to go to work. Because it's a universal message of confidence, a universal message of confidence. And also, at the end of the book, the very kids that were teasing me because of my poem, when they heard me recite it, they saw something in themselves. So they come to me and say, can you teach me how to write poems like you? And I say, hold up, I'll teach you, but don't write poems like me, write poems like you want to write. Because everybody now, even adults, you know, social media has these kids going, oh, if I don't look like that, act like that, if I don't have that, I'm worthless. It's not just happening with the kids. Grown adults are like, if I don't have that car, if I don't look like that.
Oh, if I don't have a filter,
no,
I don't
but you
feel
don't
right.
need nothing. You are perfect just the way you are.
Wow,
so
Daryl.
your dream will come true because you're here, not because of anybody else.
This is, okay. You're just taking this to a whole other level.
Well,
I cannot get enough.
It's no
I love
different.
it. I love this so much. The world needs this book. And it sounds like you just
It's just like a song in a book form.
Yeah,
That's
oh
why
yeah.
it's so cool.
Well, our daughter, we get on a book kick and we will read that every day for 3 months.
Yes.
So get ready. But I have to ask, I am delighted you are here in St. Louis. What brings you to town?
My business associate, Charles Smith, we call him Biscuit.
Biscuit and I go way back.
Big old Biscuit. He was a gentleman I met through Master J, my DJ, rest in peace. I think I've known Biscuit for about 30 years now. But I think that Charles Biscuit Smith should run for office here. Because he's been here in St. Louis and he's seen the changes. But he's seen the changes and he's seen the needs from ground level. So long story short, he created an organization called My Life in a Bag Foundation, which provides opportunities and necessities to foster kids and kids in group homes and kids that need not to be babysat, but they need assistance and support so that they can overcome their unfortunate circumstances. Because their situations doesn't define who they are.
Thank you for saying that.
They're brilliant, they're great, you know, all of these kids in the group homes, in the foster care agency, and a lot of the children locked up in juvenile detention, they don't have nobody there rooting for them.
Right.
I believe in you, you could do it. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be babysat, they just want opportunity.
Right.
So he created My Life in a Bag Foundation to give these kids support, to give them clothing, to give them bags, to give them school books, whatever they need so that they can focus on being the perfect, great people they already are. So they don't have to worry about the material stuff.
Right, and just thinking about what it does to a child to bring all of your belongings in a trash bag.
Imagine that.
That does something.
Imagine sometimes being told you can't have nothing, you gotta go now.
Right.
Excuse me. Imagine getting pulled out of a group home or getting pulled out of an organization or getting pulled out of school. Can I go get my, no, you have to go right now, get in that car, and they take you to some other unfamiliar stuff. So at least this way, they can have their own books, they can have their own bags, you know what I'm saying? They can have something that they say, all right, wherever I go, I'm good. I don't have to worry about these things.
And you've said multiple times that you have everything you need to get through life. And I love that My Life in a Bag.
But they're so distracted by all of these things that are outside of them.
They are not their circumstances.
They don't have time to focus on it. So being somebody that comes from the community, he worked for, he was doing my security, but he was like, I gotta fly home because I gotta go work with the kids. So imagine that.
I mean,
so
what a heart.
He's from a generation that knows exactly what the future generations need. So he's doing a skate jam.
Yes.
He's doing a fundraiser. He's doing the My Life in a Bag Foundation. Bring us things for the kids, for the youth, so they can find their truth. And This is the first time he started this initiative. So St. Louis needs to get behind My Life in a Bag Foundation. Why? Because he's one of yours doing for all of yours. And, you know, coming up in hip hop, he knows the importance of responsibility. And that's what's really lacking from hip hop right now. You know, it's the 50th year anniversary of hip hop. It's this billion-dollar business. So we got to do more.
Exactly.
Hip hop needs to do more than just create rappers. And I go around speaking at schools all the time, and I tell the kids, hip hop didn't just create rappers. It created writers like your husband and journalists like you. This show would not exist. There's careers that allow us to be seen. Cameramen and soundmen and lightmen and kids need to know the opportunities for them to be great are endless.
Yeah, the
and
last thing you want is
trying to do.
A child to think that because they were dealt not the best hand, that's their trajectory in life, which it is not. There are organizations like My Life in a Bag and
that
others.
Will say, what is it like you like to do? I want to be a photographer. All right, we're going to get you a camera.
Let's do it.
Even if you got to start with a Polaroid.
Right.
These kids have all the ideas and the creativity, like your daughter.
Oh my gosh,
You know what I'm saying? You can put her in charge of everything right now.
Oh,
but
she is.
It's about providing necessities for the kids so they don't have to worry about it. Because then they could be more focused in school.
Exactly.
And then they could be more focused on after school, okay, I won't go to the street, I'll go. I don't have to worry about lacking.
Yes.
You know.
And I love how education, imagination, and creativity are so important to you. Those are the tools. That's what you got. That you're good.
When I go to schools, I ask the kids, "Do y'all know who Albert Einstein is?" And every kid knows who Albert Einstein. Yeah, one of the smartest men in history. And said, Albert Einstein said this. He said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge." Now, he didn't say knowledge wasn't necessary. Imagination is more important than knowledge because the kids got imagination. Wow. Put knowledge don't take away their imagination. See, what happens with a lot of kids, they take away the arts, take away the music, the performing. When I was coming up in school, from second grade, I was a good reader because I was always reading comic books. And when I was in class with my textbook up on my desk like this, the teacher knew there was a comic book in the middle of it. So she would say, "Mr. McDaniels, bring me the book." But at the end of the day, she would give it back to me. Now, I had some teachers that wouldn't give the kids back their comic books because they said you shouldn't be reading comic books. No, we shouldn't be reading comic books in school. But the other teachers that would give me back the books said, these kids are reading. I don't care what they're reading. The fact he's reading his books makes him read the textbooks.
Yeah.
So imagination, these kids have that. I always tell the kids, you have the ideas to solve all the problems us adults can't. And they go, they're like, really? Yeah. But you got to put them where, and you got to give them what? It's put them where they need to be and give them what they need. You do those two things for the kids, we'll have less crime, we'll have less gangs and stuff like that. But if you deprive them of art and imagination, they're going to think life is a waste of time. And they're the most valuable kids on the face of the earth.
They'll never understand and live out their dreams as thinking the sky's the limit. Like, you truly can do
and one
anything.
of the things that we tell the kids, like, there's a new saying, you know, when we was coming up, we said, yo, get money, get paid, and this and that. And that made us want to go out and seek careers. We knew that if we educate ourselves, we can change the block that we're on. So now the new saying is, yo, get the bag, get the bag, get the bag. So My Life in a Bag has a connotation with kids that when we come to them, you don't have to be a rapper. You don't even have to be an athlete. You could be a doctor, lawyer, journalist, really. And then when you show them the possibilities, I can go from St. Louis to Hollywood like you.
You can do anything.
You go to LA, and that's what it's about. Give the kids what they need, where they need, and they'll do that. They'll handle the how. And that's what we did with hip hop. You know, that's what we did with hip hop. So, St. Louis, Charles Biscuit Smith for office, mayor, governor, you never know, maybe the president.
I would 1,000% vote for Biscuit for president.
For sure, Biscuit for president.
Biscuit, let's get pins.
Exactly.
Let's start the
Jimmy
campaign.
Carter had peanuts? What was Jimmy Carter's
I
thing?
don't know, maybe.
It was something, so biscuits would be biscuits.
Oh my gosh.
Vote for me, you know what I'm saying? For sure.
It's turning into a whole other wonderful public service announcement.
Exactly.
Like
yeah.
my friend Daryl said, the Skate Jam is going on tomorrow from 11 till 3 over at the Delwood Rec Center, an outdoor roller skating rink. Okay, we're bringing roller skating back, you guys. Here's the deal. You can make a donation there. You can even bring a piece of luggage, bring a brand new piece if possible, with a proof of purchase, simple receipt. You might get to see Darryl McDaniels there. He'll be there for the event. It's going to draw a great big crowd. We hope to see you again 11 to 3 at the Delwood Rec Center over there in Florissant. Darryl, I cannot thank you enough for taking time out of your very busy schedule to just sit and talk and empower me and enlighten people. And I just think it's been such a delight to talk with you.
Well, thank you. DMC is in the place to be, and the place to be is STL TV.
Dang! That was the coolest freestyling. I wish I could do that. I practiced some on the way here. I'm like, nope. Nothing will compare to that. It was so awesome to meet you. Seriously, you really, really inspired me. I just feel riveted and energetic. I'm like, what can I do to change the world?
Yep.
So, first things first, also feel free to grab a book. These make great gifts.
Everywhere
Adults,
books are
children,
sold.
anywhere books are sold. Grab one of these. It's an adorable, really, really special book that'll make you want to get out there and change the world. Daryl's Dream. All right, that is going to do it. I've had such a fun time talking with Darryl McDaniels. That's going to do it on this episode on STL TV. Keep it right here. Don't change that channel, because this is where you get to experience St. Louis. Check us out on all the socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, you name it. We're there. Also, check out our previous My Life in a Bag interview to learn more about this amazing organization. They need your help. So get out there, change the world. It's been fun. We'll talk to you next time.